Hey everybody, I'm Pierre Piscitelli. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm going to teach you how to play one of my favorite songs. This is Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. In an attempt to keep my promises, I am posting the sheet music on musicnotes.com if you want to buy the corresponding arrangement that goes along with this lesson. But before I dive in, I actually wanted to show you guys something on Music Notes because a few people have mentioned to me that they can't download PDFs of the sheet music once they buy it. Unfortunately, this is a common thing when you buy sheet music on Music Notes. Sometimes they allow you one print or two prints and you can't get a usable PDF, but there is a very easy workaround that I want to show you guys. I don't know if this is the case with Windows, it probably is, but I'm going to show you on Mac OS what I do. So right here, you can see the sheet music that I have purchased, and this will look familiar to you guys if you've used Music Notes. So let's say we bought Don't Stop Believin'. There's the print logo. It says PDF not available. Here's what we do. We click on print. I'm using a Mac. I click print. It does this fake loading thing. And then after that, right here in the print dialog box, there is a PDF export button. Hit that, and you can save the PDF to your computer. Let's say I'm using a different browser, like Brave, which is essentially Google Chrome. I'm going to do the same thing, print, loading, and then here's the dialog box. It's a little bit different, but I click on More Settings, and look at that, Open PDF in Preview, and bam, you get a PDF. There's always a workaround. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing on Windows. So there you go. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's dive into the song. The first thing you're gonna do sounds like this. Sounds familiar, right? So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna take the right hand, find a high D on the piano, then go to A below it, and then another D. I think that the best fingers are 5, 3, and 1. Last step, play an F sharp with your index finger. Just practice that for a minute. What I like to do next, since there's a big gap between that riff and the next note, is I take my left hand and I play the D above middle C. Because to get the right hand to do that jump is a little bit tricky. So use the hand that's doing nothing. Here's what that looks like. Again. And these should be continuous, no rest. Now you're ready for 4 measures of this intro riff, which goes like this. I like to hold the pedal, of course, because otherwise it's a little bit dry. Just not as good. Pedal makes it better. So here's what we do. I take the second finger, put it on F sharp, ring finger on A, back to F sharp, B, pinky, back to F sharp, A. So F sharp is your anchor in this little riff, and you're bouncing up to A's and B's. So watch this. Again, F sharp, A, F sharp, B, F sharp, A. So if I do that twice, that's a full measure. I can count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. It really is 12/8 though, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, because there are 12/8 notes in a single bar. Listen carefully. So 4 bars of this goes like this. With the intro riff, it's going to sound something like this. The last thing I should cover is how to count the first 5 notes. Because it's not a full measure. It's like a pickup before the time is established. So here's how you count it. 1, 2, 3. It's easier to count in big beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, than to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So just count 1, 2, 3. And if you do that, you should be okay. Let's move on to the groove. So what you do now with the right hand is play A and C sharp with 2 and 4, and G and B with 1 and 3. Don't use the same fingers and hop like this. This is a really bad idea, and ultimately you're probably just trying to avoid weak fingers. Don't do it. That's the riff. You do it 4 times. We'll do it one last time. Now the left hand is going to keep the pulse. It's going to play D, but I actually like to play the D an octave lower. Really doesn't matter which one you use though. And the pattern is long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Quarter note, eighth note, quarter note, eighth note, just back and forth. You have this kind of shuffle, galloping feel that's really satisfying. So with the right hand, it's really fun to play. Now, where you transition this to the G and B is really important. If I played in the wrong place, look at what happens. Weird, right? Let's do it in another wrong place. So it has to be just right, like this. So how do you get it just right? Well, the right hand change from A and C sharp to G and B will be on the 4th left hand note. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it's on the 4th note. That's the only way to do it. This whole riff will happen 4 times. It's 8 measures. Let me play the complete thing for you. That's once. That was the 3rd time. It's hard to play and talk. That's it. Congratulations, you've made it to the verse. So now the lyrics actually begin. And the good news is you get to do the exact same thing. So we're gonna play 8 bars of that groove, and this is where the vocals say, "Welcome to your life," right? And all that stuff starts. So I'm just gonna play it again. There you go. Now we have to learn the chorus. So we'll start with the left hand. It never really deviates from the bum, 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 that quarter note, eighth note, long, short rhythm. So you can keep doing that, but we're not playing Ds anymore. We're gonna play E for a bar, so it looks like this. Then go up to F sharp. Then go up to G. Back down to F sharp. Now pay attention because things are going to move quicker. So we're going to play E for half a bar. It was just 4 notes, long, short, long, short. That's it. F sharp, same thing, for only 4 notes. G, only 4 notes. A, only 4 notes. And then go back home to D. You get the point. So here's the whole thing, slowly. really can't stop swaying my head. I don't know why. Now for the right hand, we're gonna play a chord called an E minor 7. It's all white keys, E, G, B, D. From bottom to top, use 1, 2, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 4, 5. Either one. Just like that. Next, F sharp minor. Only 3 notes, not a 7th chord this time. F sharp, A, C sharp. Just a root position F sharp minor chord. Next, G major triad. White keys, G, B, D, bottom to top. Use 1, 3, and 5. This is nice and easy. Take a step back and go back to the F sharp minor chord. Then, another step back, the E minor 7, our first chord, E, G, B, D. Climb up to the F sharp minor. This is the 3rd time you're doing that chord. G again. And finally, a new chord, A major, A, C sharp, E. Let me go through that slowly. E minor 7, F sharp minor, G major, F sharp minor, E minor 7, F sharp minor, these are quicker now, G major, A major, and then we're going back home to, and you do that twice. That's your chorus. Putting it together, here's what it looks like. And by the way, the left hand and right hand correspond. You're going to notice this. So remember, I taught you to start on E. The chord on the right hand is E minor 7. Right hand, F sharp corresponds with the F sharp in the left hand. Left hand moves to G, G major chord in the right hand. Get the point? So they line up. The roots in the left hand correspond to what your thumb is doing, playing the root in the chord in the right hand. So it should all make sense. Here it is slowly. And there you have it. Now, a lot of my students ask me, hey, can I move the octave? Can I put the right hand lower, put the left hand lower? Sure you can. If I put the right hand an octave down, it actually sounds great. I'm going to play the left hand an octave lower and boost the tempo a bit so you can hear and judge for yourself. I think I like it better. The next step is to go back and play the verse and the chorus I just taught you again. So after you finish the chorus, there is an interlude, which you've heard me play a few times. So don't forget to do that. Now the second verse. Same thing. That second time. Third. Chorus. I'm stopping here because we're going to do something different and go to a bridge. Let me show you how it goes. Like that. So here's what we're going to do. The bridge is going to keep the same left hand rhythm, bump, 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 going, right? So that's the good news. It's going to be G for a measure with the left hand, so like this. I would use the pinky because the next note is a D, which you can just access with the thumb. See, the G was here with the pinky, thumb gets to D without moving, so try not to move your hand too much. The D, by the way, is only 4 notes, half a bar. The other half of the bar will be A. Only 4 notes. Ring finger seems to work well. So those 2 bars sound like this. Guess what? You do it again. One more time. As you can see, the cycle is 2 bars long, and it happens 3 times, so that's a 6-bar bridge. Now the right hand will just play a G major triad like that. You can play it here, or as I played it, an octave below. It doesn't matter. I happen to like it low. So G, B, D, G major triad, 1, 3, 5, nice and easy. Hold that for a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for the next bar, you're going to play A, D, F sharp from bottom to top. This is a D major chord flipped around. It's an inversion. You play it twice, like that. And then keep your thumb on A, but move the upper 2 fingers down to C sharp E. So you get A, C sharp E, a basic A major triad. And you play it twice, and then very quickly, come home to G, just like that. So here's what all of that looks like. 2, 3, 4. If you listen to the rhythm, there are a bunch of anticipations in that second bar. So it's important to note that there are these little rests before I attack the D chord and the A chord. There's a quick little 8th note, which will be obvious once you add the left hand to fill in that space. But let me try to convey it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Did you feel that little gap there? So if I add the left hand, it fills in that space. So getting the hands to interact here with all of the syncopation and offbeatness here is a bit tricky. So let's talk about it. The first measure of G is easy because you hold a G chord, thankfully, and you play G for the whole bar in the left hand as I taught you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first bar, nice and easy. The second bar is the nightmare. So here's how they come together. Watch how I coordinate it. That's the second bar. A little slower. So again, the left hand. Just D's and A's. Right hand. Just like that. So here's the coordination one more time. Think about when it's left hand alone, right hand alone, or when it's both, right? So left, right, left, together. Left, left, right, left, together, together. And then the cycle continues. I'll do the whole bridge very slowly. That's your bridge. That might be one of the hardest sections, but if you just pay attention to the coordination and think about left only, right only, or together, 8th note by 8th note, you will get it. The good news is that after that bridge, you just play a chorus, which you already know. That's that. Now we're going to go into sort of an instrumental interlude, which mimics what you did at the very top of the song. Let me refresh your memory a little bit. So remember this? we are going to do that again. And it looks like it's happening for quite a while. There are 8 bars of this. So one note is a pickup, which is the D I play with my thumb. We're not going to do the whole. That doesn't happen. It's just a 1-note pickup. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 bars. The left hand, there wasn't left hand before in the introduction of the song, but now there is some left hand. So let me teach that to you. The left hand is going to start on G, and then it's going to go to D, and then A. Look familiar? That was your bridge left hand. So pinky on G, thumb on D, ring finger on A. That just happens over and over 4 times because it's a 2-bar cycle. Thus, you get 8 bars. Now, where and when those notes come in is a little bit weird. So let me play it for you. So the left-hand notes come in like 1 beat earlier than you would want them to. They're all anticipated. If I didn't anticipate them, you'd get this. See, it's a little more vanilla. Now, if I anticipate them a beat earlier than they should be, or where you think they should be, here's what you get. So the way to think about that is you play through a full bar, and when your right hand plays an A, the very last note, the 12th note of the bar, A with the ring finger in the right hand, hopefully you're using the ring finger, that's when your left hand moves. Times. Last time. Like that. Let's call that the interlude, instrumental interlude, something like that. I do have to show you a little bit more of this interlude. There's a line that comes in that you should play. That might sound familiar to you, so let me teach it to you guys. The right hand is going to play with the pinky, a D, and then come down to C sharp and B. I just use consecutive fingers. 5, 4, 3. Now let's play A with index, F sharp with the thumb, work your way up, G, A with 2, 3, and thumb on D. And then you kind of do the same thing again. There's going to be an in-between note, which is A, and then back to D. This is all the same. C sharp, B, A, F sharp, G, A, D. Again, A, D, C sharp, B, A, F sharp, G, A, D. And now we are going to end it with 2 slightly different notes. Cross your hand over and play B, A, just like that. Let me play it for you. So practice that before you do the left hand that I'm about to show you. And after that, I don't think there's any new material to learn. It's just going to be repeated stuff. The left hand is relatively simple, thankfully, but we are going to do those anticipated rhythms like we talked about in the first half of the interlude. So you'll see how that works in a minute. I like to use the index in the left hand to play B, the Then you go to a C with the thumb. Let's repeat that. B, C. Now let's play G and A. You can use the ring finger and finish off with A with the third finger. Again. That's your second half of the interlude. So putting them together now, it's something like this. Very important to anticipate the left-hand notes. I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. If I didn't anticipate them, kind of weird, actually. In this case, the anticipation in the left hand lines up with the right hand really nicely. With the F sharp. Then with the D. F sharp. D. F sharp. So think about those right hand Ds and F sharps. That's when your left hand has to move. Let's do some repeated stuff now. We're going to do the guitar solo section, which is just 8 bars of this. And now we're going to do a double chorus. So let me show you what that looks like. Repeat. So that's your double chorus. There's another instrumental interlude now, and it's almost identical to the one you previously did. Let me play it for you. 4 bars. Should sound very familiar. Remember when I played the example of the previous interlude a few minutes ago without anticipating left-hand notes, and I said, ooh, that's kind of weird, it's different? Well, that's what you're doing here. These are not anticipated notes. They're just big, round left-hand notes. So 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm not going. I'm not pushing the left hand to be an 8th note early. Doesn't happen here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Believe it or not, there's another chorus. So we're gonna do this. Played that many times by this point, so it should be okay. You've made it to the last section. This is the outro. You know it. It's just going to be this repeated as many times as you want. You can end it however and whenever you want. That's it. Thank you guys so much for sticking around till the end of the video. I know that this was a really long song with a lot of different sections. Another reason why I wanted to hop on the sheet music train and start offering my arrangements for you guys to check out, because some of these songs will get longer and more complicated. It's not that this song is difficult or too technically challenging, but it's very difficult form-wise to keep track of all of the sections. It's a bizarre form based on 6-measure sections. Usually in songs, they're multiples of 4, like a 4, 8, or 12 bar section. but there are a lot of groups of 6 here, which is part of what makes it interesting. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Thank you so much.